What I'm about to share is not a technique to improve your life or change your circumstances. It's an invitation to recognize what you already are, what you have always been, and what you could never not be. There is a simple knowing of this moment. This knowing is undeniable. You cannot doubt it, for even the thought of doubt arises within it. This knowing presence that you are is not personal. It's not contained within the boundaries of your body or limited by your thoughts and feelings. It is the open, boundless space in which all experience appears and vanishes. Right now, notice that all experience, thoughts, sensations, perceptions, emotions, appears within this presence. But the presence itself cannot be perceived as an object. You don't see it. You are it. The world you perceive is not separate from the consciousness that perceives it. The world appears within this knowing, is known by it, and is woven from its very fabric. There is no distance between the knower and the known. When you look at a tree, where is the actual experience of tree? It is not found in your head, behind your eyes. The perception of the tree is arising here, now, in this open field of knowing. The tree and the consciousness of the tree are one seamless reality. The belief that you are a separate person, located in a body and observing an external world, is simply a thought. Like all thoughts, it appears and is known within this same boundless space. This thought of separation creates the apparent problem that seeks a solution. But when we look clearly, we find there never was a problem. There never was a separate person who needed to manifest anything or collapse quantum possibilities. There is simply this knowing presence, recognizing itself as the substance of all experience. You might ask, but what about changing my circumstances? What about creating a better life? Notice that this question arises from the belief that you are a separate person who lacks something. But you are not separate and you lack nothing. You are the silent presence in which both the feeling of lack and the feeling of fulfillment equally appear. This doesn't mean circumstances cannot change. They are always changing. But the peace, happiness, and love you seek through changed circumstances are the very fabric of your true nature available right now, regardless of what is happening. There is no practice needed to become what you are. There is no technique to acquire this presence. You are already it. However, there can be a gentle turning of attention away from the contents of experience, the thoughts, sensations, and perceptions, toward the knowing space in which they all appear. This is not an act of doing. It is a simple recognition, like looking away from the images on a movie screen to notice the pure light that makes them all visible. Right now, without trying to understand or analyze, simply notice there is knowing. This knowing is inherently peaceful, not because the experiences within it are peaceful, but because it is the nature of peace itself. This presence is inherently whole, not because it has acquired everything, but because it is without need, lacking nothing. This consciousness is inherently love, not because it feels loving emotions, but because it is the very intimacy of reality knowing itself. When this recognition stabilizes, seeking comes to an end, not because you have found what you were looking for, but because you realize you never lost it. You are what you seek. The peace you long for is your very nature. The love you desire is what you are. The wholeness you pursue has never been absent. This recognition doesn't make you special or different from others. Everyone is this same fundamental consciousness, whether they recognize it or not. Your relationships, work, and daily activities continue, but they are now informed by this understanding. You engage fully with life, while knowing yourself as the silent, open space in which all of life appears. There is great freedom in this. No longer do you need to manipulate experience to feel complete. No longer do you need to become someone else to be happy. You are already what you seek to become. This is not a philosophy to believe or a concept to understand. It's an invitation to look directly at your present experience. Is there knowing happening right now? Yes. Is this knowing inherently peaceful? Yes. Can you find anything outside of this presence? No. You are this presence. This is not a spiritual achievement. It's the simple recognition of what you are and have always been. Everything else, all techniques, all practices, all seeking, points back to this simple, undeniable truth. You are conscious, and this consciousness is the fundamental reality of all experience. Nothing needs to be changed, improved, or acquired. Nothing needs to be manifested or collapsed from a field of potential. You are already what you seek. This is not the end of the teaching. It's the end of the need for teaching. You are your own greatest teacher. When you recognize what you are, the pathless path is simply this: be what you are. Know what you are. You cannot not be what you are. You can only overlook it. Don't overlook it now.